Hello all, and welcome back to another episode of the GameTimeCT Pick'ems podcast. I'm your host, Pete Paguaga, and joining me, as always, is Sean Patrick Bowley. Sean, what a week. Not so great for us on the picks across the board.
Not so great for me. You at least were,
I got one more right than you did.
I had to pick Bassick, even though history was not on my side. The presidents gave me the business, so oh well. But yeah. Otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, you're still in second place overall. You're 6 games back. You're 15-20. You're 6 games back. I'm 7 games back.
That's almost a death sentence here. That could be it. Clinch.
But, hey, we got 20 games on Thanksgiving to pick. That is the equalizer. And then we have, remember, a couple of years ago, I was the only person who went unbeaten in the playoffs, in the quarterfinals. I got everyone right. And then I still lost by like 8 games.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I went like 1 for 5, 1 for 6.
You got to build your resume, and then you got to make sure you hold on. That's what you use the playoffs for. So hang on for dear life. You got to build, but you got to build it. This is 6 games. It is not insurmountable because any game you could have a terrible week, but likelihood not very good. This week though might be. This
week might be it. This week I'm feeling another 9-1 for your boy. Sean, are you ready to dive in?
Yeah, that's some bold talk there, Peter, but I am ready.
All right, here we go to the CCC. We got Hall 2-4 on the road to play Southington, who is also 2-4. Now, Hall is coming off a win against Glastonbury that was 4-1. There's a lot of things going on in Glastonbury, kind of behind the scenes. Coach Eric Hennessy took a leave of absence. With everything that had been going on. If you'd been following along, you know what I'm talking about. And Hall kind of went in there and beat him. So now Hall is 2-4 with their wins against Glastonbury and Platt. I mean, Hall's losses: Ridgefield, FCAC team; Manchester, Double L, good team; West Haven, we love West Haven; and New Britain is 6-0. So Hall, no slouches for Hall. Southington, kind of a down year for the Blue Knights. They lost to Prep, Newtown, New Britain, Glastonbury, no slouches either, with their 2 wins coming against Conard and East Hartford. Sean, who do you like in this one? Do you like Hall? Where are we on this one?
Pete, that was a huge win for Steve Markey and the Titans, as they are now called, formerly the Warriors. But beating a Glastonbury team that I had seen a couple times. Luke Shannon, whose dad took over for Eric Hennessy, coaching the team, I believe. They look really good. Luke Shannon's really good. I mean, Castilla was running the ball really well, but Hall come up with just a great effort. Their defense played well. Devonta Gaston had 3 catches, 50 yards, and Declan Mitchell had a forced fumble. I mean, they really did really well in that game. But Southington, on the other hand, just had a massive game against East Hartford, where our guy Nick Andrews went yard. We had him on the shout-outs in the meat grinder. So this is going to be one of those, games that go back and forth. I'm sure, 2 teams are kind of, prove themselves. Southington, more than Hall, maybe has a chance to maybe squeak into the Class double playoffs if it can kind of win out. And I mean, it's a hard road. But right now, Pete, I like Southington. I just think they could the scoring has been there for them pretty much for the good portion of the last few games, right? So I just love this the way they're playing right now. I'm going to go with Southington. I don't think Hall has much of a good record against Southington over the years either. So, I don't know. Just going to go with the Blue Knights.
Yeah. Well, Hall, let's remember, Hall did beat Southington a couple of years ago. A Southington team that we really liked. Hall went and beat them. But I'm going to go with Southington too. I think this one's a coin flip. I think either team could win this game. And but I'm going to go with Southington here. This is still Southington. And, they've played a gauntlet of a schedule, even with the team that they had last year, who was pretty good. I think they would have a tough time with the schedule that this team has faced this season. All right, going to the CTC, we got Prince Tech 1-5 on the road to Thames River, who was 0-5. This is not a super easy game to pick, but we like to try and spread the love and try and get as many teams in as possible. And I don't want to pick 6-0 versus 1-5. That's not really fair. No. So someone's got to win this game. Prince Tech has 1 win. They beat VGW Titans early this year, and Thames River is still looking for their first win. But Thames River They played Ledyard and New London of the ECC. They played Northwest United, the top of the CTC, Cheney Tech, which is also at the top of the CTC, 6-0, and Platt Tech, which Platt Tech's not bad either. And then, Prince has played Cheney, Wilcox, ATI Northwest, and Quinnebog, but they do have the win over VGW.
Mm-hmm.
This one, not super easy to pick. I think that's kind of the point. Prince beat VGW 28-18. But I am going to go with Thames River here. I think their schedule is a little harder. I think they've challenged themselves. Is that going to translate into a win this week? Who knows? But I'm going to go with the team that, they faced Ledyard, they faced New London, the two best teams in the CTC. So I'm going to go with Thames River. Sean, who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. The schedule is clearly a big factor in why they're winless at this point. But they did play Cheney Tech very tough. They only lost by a point. And they also played Platt Tech really tough. They only lost by a touchdown. So that says that they are playing at a high level against the CTC's top teams. I'm going to go with the Crusaders, right? Yeah, Crusaders.
Yes, the Crusaders. All right, to the ECC. We got Montville 0-6 going on the road to play Plainfield, who's back in the ECC. Plainfield is 1-5. Their only win came against Quinnebog Valley of the CTC. Montville losses to Lewis Mills, Griswold, Waterford, Ledyard, Stonington, and Bacon Academy Co-op. While Plainfield, their losses have come against Ledyard, Woodstock, Waterford, East Haven, and Stonington. Sean, who do you like in this game?
Oh, geez. I mean, this is a coin flip game. This is I'm glad Plainfield is back in the ECC. That independent schedule is doing them no favors. That said, it hasn't really helped this season, unfortunately, for them. Montville, I'm just waiting for them to get back to form. I don't know. Coach Grove and Tanner Grove, who I'm a big fan of. I saw them play state championship. Like what, guys? Now it's like 15 years ago. My goodness, it's been that long. But waiting for them to make a move and come back. I don't know. This is a tough call. I'm just gonna go with Montville just because. They look like they played Bacon Academy pretty tough. I guess, right? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Montville.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Montville too. Yeah, they're due. That's it. That's fair. I'm going to go with Montville in this one as well. All right, to the FCAC we go. St. Joe's 5-1 going down to Greenwich to play the 5-1 Cardinals. 5-1. Greenwich's one loss is to Wilton. St. Joe's one loss is to Darien of the 14-0 variety. Greenwich coming off their loss against Wilton, which kind of woke everyone up in the state. They struggled to get going against Trumbull. Trumbull played them well, but Greenwich was able to pull away and win. I believe it was scoreless at half, or very low scoring at half. I think it was scoreless at half, so I could be wrong. This one's tough because St. Joe's, though very good, I don't know St. Joe's track record really against Greenwich. I don't believe it's that favorable. No. I think Greenwich is, but St. Joe's played Darien well. I mean, they didn't score, but they held a really good Darien offense to 14 points. I'm going to have a hard time picking in this one, but I am going to go with Greenwich here. It's at Greenwich on the road, Friday night, driving down to Greenwich. I'm going to say the Cardinals, but guys, start faster. You play like that against St. Joe's, they're going to make you pay. Sean, who do you like in this one?
Man, it's a tough one because St. Joe's kind of had a lot of issues at quarterback over the last couple of years. And, HT got hurt against Darien. Bonds came in and stuff that played well in a victory over Ridgefield. But now you're playing at Greenwich, which is defensively still very good. And the offense, like you said, it takes them a little time to get going. At Greenwich, though, I'm going to take a look here. If you want to bear with me, I'll give you a quick look. Game history between Greenwich and St. Joe. As is always the case, every time you want to pull something up online, it takes forever to get there. Here it is. St. Joseph Greenwich is it's only 4-2. I'm gonna make sure that 2020 season is in there. No, it's not. Okay, so Greenwich is 4-2 against St. Joseph since 2004. So that's actually not bad for St. Joseph. St. Joe beat them in 2010, when they were really kind of at the bottom of the barrel, Greenwich, they were really against it. And then 2021, I don't quite remember that game now that I think about it, but that was a big win for St. Joe's at the time. But the last 2 years, it's been all Greenwich. 36-26, St. Joe was in that one. Then last year, 23-9. I'm going to go with Greenwich. That's another way of saying I'm going to go with Greenwich. I think the Cardinals are still a pretty good team. I think St. Joe just needs to get some offense going, and maybe they'll show up a little bit better than they did against Darien a couple weeks ago. But now that we get, I don't know what the situation is though with QP, so I don't know. I'm just going to go with Greenwich. There you go.
All right, to the NVL we go. We got Naugatuck 5-1.
No,
coming off their loss, their beatdown against Woodland.
Oops.
And they're going up. They're going up to the Frost Complex at Torrington High School, where the 6-0 Raiders are waiting. Now, love the fact that Torrington is in the mix here at 6-0. I do. I truly do. But let's call it like we see it. Their schedules are not the same. Torrington's wins are against Crosby, St. Paul, Gilbert, Derby, Kennedy, and Waterbury. Okay, they've played their wins. 3 teams are at 500. None are over 500. Where Woodland has played Wolcott, Crosby, Gilbert, Oxford. That's Woodland. I apologize. Naugatuck has played Wolcott, Holy Cross, St. Paul, Watertown, and Gilbert as well. A little bit of a crossover, but obviously Naugatuck plays in the higher division in the NVL. But let's not get too crazy here. Torrington won this game. Not only in 2021, which was kind of a big surprise, but they also won this game in 2019. But Naugatuck has won the last 2 pretty convincingly, 42-6 and 47-0. Sean, you get to go first on this one. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with the Hounds here. I think they got a little bit of egg on their face after that Woodland loss. Tough one for Coach Chris Anderson, losing on the field that not the field he built, but the program he built. Giving them the business there. That must have been really tough in front of the players he coached the first state championship. I'm sure there are a lot of wind sprints and a lot of hard practices this week as the Hounds get ready for Torrington. I can't pick against them here. I'm going with the Hounds. That's right, Torrington. I'm going with the Hounds. Put it on your social media. I don't care. They kill me every week.
They're very funny.
Yes.
So I, too, am going to go Naugatuck in this one. I think that, I can't see Naugatuck losing 2 games in a row unless one of those games is a state playoff game.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm going with Naugatuck as well. All right, to the Pequot we go. Cromwell-Portland 5-1 on the road to play Haddam-Killingworth, who's also 5-1. What a lovely surprise to see HK back here in the mix. Make sure you listen to Coach Tyler Wilcox's interview with us on the Coach's Corner, which came out yesterday. So make sure you listen to that. But Haddam-Killingworth back in the mix. And not only are they back in the mix, they are putting up bonkers numbers. Okay? They opened the season with a 19-13 loss, 21, 56, 51, 43, and 28 points last week about Coggins-Chuck. They are scoring a lot very quickly. And obviously, Cromwell-Portland. Sal Morello's back at the helm. Cromwell-Portland is back in the mix. This is a program that went to the state finals last year. Okay? But now, here we go. This is for second place behind Capital Prep. Capital Prep, who has beaten both of these teams. So it's really second place for the Secaucus division. I'm going to go first in this one. I'm taking HK here. I'm happy for Coach Wilcox. I once stood next to him during a baseball championship game when HK won. And he was standing with me. I was working. We were up on the thing together. I just talked to him the whole game, shooting video, shooting photos and stuff. And every time I see him at the scrimmages, I like what he's doing. I'm excited. I'm happy HK is back in the mix. So I'm going to go with Haddam-Killingworth.
Yeah, I was going to do that. But you know what? I'm going to go the other way now. I'm going to go with Cromwell-Portland to win at HK's field. I don't know. Just call me crazy. I need to go dare to be different here. Usually when I say that, the whole world caves in on me. The sky falls down and I lose. But in this case, I'm going to go with Team Morello. Do not let me down here, guys. I have them going against Pete. I'm trying to pick up ground. I believe HK is very good. They've surprised everybody this year. It's been really a pleasant surprise because that Thanksgiving week game, the Principals Cup, is going to be great versus Valley, probably for playoff spots up for grabs. Like Cromwell-Portland already lost to who they lose to earlier in the year.
They both lost to Capital Prep.
Oh, right, Capital Prep beat them. which, I think Capital Prep great. Capital Prep was in a dogfight with the HK too, but beat them. But I'm just going to go Cromwell-Portland just to be contrarian here. Pete.
It's how you get in trouble. And I was at the last time that Principal Cup was on for playoff. That was up for playoff grabs in 2018. 2018. Haddam-Killingworth got in, and then they got to the finals. And they ran into Bloomfield. And then so I'm excited. I mean, I would love to go back to that game, though. That is a far drive. Anyway, all right. To the SEC,
for you, especially.
We go. Yeah, it was a far drive when I lived in Hampton. Now, oh my God! All right, to the SEC we go. We got West Haven coming in at 5-1, North Haven 4-2. You kind of want to say, oh, throw the records out. West Haven does not have a win against a team over 500. Right? They beat Shelton. There's Shelton. Shelton's 0-6. Hamden, kind of a down year. Hall is 2-4. NFA is 2-4, and Guilford is 3-3. But they're an M school. Right, and their only losses to Greenwich, who is 5-1. Where on the flip side, you got North Haven 4-2, wins against Hamden, Platt, Cheshire, East Hartford, and obviously their losses are to St. Joe's and the overtime loss to Notre Dame West Haven. I don't know what we're going to get from either of these teams. They're both very talented, but neither of them have that signature win yet this year, and this would be that one for them. This game last year, we were both in attendance of, and it was all North Haven. Mm-hmm. I mean, all North Haven last year. I mean, it was chippy. There was some stuff at the end of the game. The refs were not really, they were hated by everyone on West Haven side by the end of the game. I mean, that game was crazy. And North Haven won that game, went on to win the state title, and West Haven went to the Double L finals. So this GAC game was, it was very pivotal, but West Haven was able to recover. Sean, who do you like in this one? I went first last time. So who do you like in this one? Who gets their signature win this year?
Pete, I'm going to go with the Westies in this one at Vanacore Field. I think a lot of the Westies who were from last year's team, who are back this year, remember the real bitter feeling they had losing that game. They could not stop North Haven to save their lives. They could not stop the single wing. It just grounded them down. They only had a precious few possessions. I think since the Greenwich loss, West Haven has kind of gotten its feet under them. The new receivers are playing better. The running backs are playing better. The line looks veteran line. I think they're going to move the ball against North Haven if they can, as long as you keep the ball moving, keep the chains moving. West Haven, you're going to be okay. And they have the quarterback, obviously Conlon, who's a veteran. Bad taste in their mouths last year. I think they're going to want to turn the tables on the Nighthawks this year. Still a very young team, North Haven. Still a big spot. I'm just going to go with West Haven because I just think they're the more veteran group right now, and they're looking for a little payback. Pete.
Whew, I'm going to go with North Haven. I'm taking the Nighthawks.
Oh.
Look, man.
There it is. Make me the villain in North Haven.
I'm not making you the villain. No, because I'm going to be the villain in West Haven. I know Tom Unger's sitting listening, being like, all right, put this on the board.
Yeah, they care more about it in North Haven than they do about West Haven.
No, they might not post about it as much, but I like North Haven. It's just this offense and the discipline that they have when they play that offense, or when they play it all the time. But they're so disciplined. They can score high. We saw them put up 49 this week. They can play in the close games. We saw them beat Cheshire. The Notre Dame game, I think, was kind of a learning game for them. Coach Stagnell is going to have them focused. I don't know how much West Haven's going to get the ball. And we saw it last year. West Haven had a super talented team. Amari Reed was first team All-State for us. Cam Kemp was All-State for us. I mean, they had dudes and they couldn't make it count when they had the ball. What I'm taking here is the North Haven offense and Stagnell's ability to keep them disciplined, to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, to convert on fourth and shorts. Just like they did last year against West Haven. They went for it on fourth down. They got it. They didn't give West Haven the ball. I think time of possession is going to be massive in this game, and I think it's going to go to North Haven because West Haven is going to have to score every time they get the ball. I'm going to go with North Haven in this one.
Still young. I mean, I should say, remember last year, North Haven had dudes too. And they're bringing up some new dudes, granted, but still, those are the dudes that did it last year. They're gone. So, let's see. We'll see.
All right. So we go to the SWC.
Let's go, West Haven. Come on.
All right. We go to the
Make you
SWC.
look
We
like
got
a
New
genius.
Milford, 2-4 on the road to Pendersfield to play Stratford. Stratford is 0-6 on the season. New Milford's 2 wins against Norwalk and Joel Barlow. Good win for Coach Sean Murray. Stratford still looking to find their first win, but let me say this. Look at Stratford's schedule. 6-0 Northwest United. Yes, they're a tech school, but they're in the tech conference. They're not a tech school.
They're not.
This is a Pequot school, okay? So let's just do that, 6-0. Hill House, 5-1. We're starting to learn a lot about Hill House, and I think we all like what we see, that Hill House is back in the mix. Wethersfield, 5-1. Brookfield, 6-0. Barlow, 4-2. Newtown, 7-0. I know Stratford's 0-6, but that is not an easy schedule for any.
No.
And then obviously New Milford is 2-4. Like I said, their losses are to Bristol Central, Newtown, Massac, and Pinnell. So that's not even easy as well. Sean, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I like New Milford. Stratford. It's been tough for them. The numbers probably not where you need them to be. They need to get, kind of keep building up. But I think one day soon we'll see Stratford back on the mend. But right now I like New Milford.
Yeah, I like New Milford too in this one. I think New Milford is always in the mix as well. I think they're going to have a strong finish to the season because you got Stratford, they got Notre Dame. I think Bethel is a team that they can hang with, and New Fairfield's a team that they can hang with. I don't know if this is the last that we've heard of New Milford. All right, got a little bit of a crossover. Well, we don't got a little bit of a crossover. We have a crossover, a rematch of the 2017 Class M Finals. Joel Barlow, 4-2. On the road, going to Killingly. We had high hopes for Joel Barlow in this game. A lot of returners from last year's state championship team, the second year in a row, the back-to-back champions. Here's Barlow. But man, a little bit of a struggle. Lost to New Milford. Lost to East Catholic, which I think was kind of surprising. They don't have that signature win, and their schedule is not easy the rest of the way. I know we talked about it on the meat grinder, but Killingly, Brookfield, Newtown, and then Weston at the end. That's 3 undefeated teams. Good luck, Joel Barlow. And they're going to Killingly. Killingly we think Killingly is very good. Right? We both think that Killingly is good. Here's the kicker. They're going to be so much better next year because all of these kids are coming back. Mm-hmm. So, think about how good Killingly is this year. Oh, my God. Get them now if you can. But I don't think Barlow does. I don't even know. Yes, I go first in this one. I'm going with Killingly. I'm taking Killingly. Like the same thing kind of with North Haven. I'm taking what they just do so well consistently. They plug and play these players who come in, and you don't hear about them, and then you learn about them, and then you really learn about them. And then if you're an opposing coach, you can't wait till they graduate, even though in the back of your head, you know that there's another kid coming that's going to terrorize you anyway.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with Killingly in this one. Sean, who do you like?
Yeah, I can't deny that. I'm going to go with Killingly as well. I saw them against Guilford, and they were dominant. And I think Barlow's been kind of, dealing with some injuries a little bit this year. Maybe, kind of running a little bit out of steam as their 2-time title defense draws near. But can they get in? We'll see. They need to win. They have tough games left. Winning here would go a long way. But that bus ride's tough. I just for the record, I hate these matching these teams up. Because now they got to knock each other off in Class SS, and it's just kind of a mess. I'd rather we did it something else, traveling all the way across the state for this. I know Killingly doesn't care that much, but let's make these more regional alliance. Come on, jeez. I don't want to. You don't have to play every single playoff team in each division. You don't have to do those matchups each year. Let's leave a little intrigue, a little mystery when we go to the state playoffs. Anyway, that said, I'm going with Killingly. Like you said, I think they're not just built for this year; they're built for next year too.
Get them now, because no one's getting them next year.
Nope.
All right. Final game, the last game. We're going back to the NVL. Woodland, 5-1, coming off their massive, dominant win over Naugatuck. On the road to play Watertown. Watertown is 4-2. Now, with Watertown, went to the finals last year, lost to Joel Barlow. We had Coach on the show. They got ran off of Jarvis by Ansonia. They lost to Naugatuck. Their wins are really Seymour, Wilby, Crosby, and Gilbert. I mean, this is a Watertown team that we think is talented. Brady Gamby is very good. You know, if this Watertown team couldn't get in the playoffs, depending on who they might pull in the first round of them, they might have a shot, but they got to win some of these games. Woodland, Holy Cross, then you get Wolcott, and then you get Torrington. Yes, Torrington plays in the second division in the NVL, but that game is always tight on Thanksgiving. So, like, nothing is really a gimme here. And I'll tell you this, 5-5 ain't getting you in the playoffs this year. 4-6 ain't getting you in the playoffs in Class M this year. I know Watertown went 5-5 or 6-4 last year. But I'm just saying, like, you got to win these games, Watertown. You have to win these games. And they get Woodland in this one. After what I saw from Woodland last week, and Brooks and Lado, you know, Brett Lado and Jack Brunetti, who's throwing the ball all over the place. I think he was 21 for 24 against Naugatuck. I have a hard time picking Waterford in this one. I'm not. I'm going with Woodland. Watertown. I'm picking Woodland in this one. I think they are, you know, kind of the second team in the NVL right now. I think they're going to ride the wave, and I think they're going to take care of Watertown. Sean, who do you like?
I agree with you, Pete. That was an impressive performance by Woodland last week. They showed you something in that game. You know, not only did they beat Naugatuck, they demolished them. Maybe that says more about Naugatuck, but, you know, I was not expecting that. Woodland hasn't had that type of performance in a long time. That said, though, guys, if you want to keep this up, you got Ansonia coming up pretty soon, 2 weeks. You got to keep this up, and part of that, though, is making sure you follow up well against a pretty good team as Watertown, because Watertown needs to win. Like Pete said, they're coming. So, you know, it's at their place. Now you got to, you know, what have you done for us lately type of a thing. I still think they're going to get by in this one. I mean, it's not going to be easy, though. But, guys, can't just be like, oh, we're great now. Bring on Ansonia. You got to beat Watertown first. I'm picking the Hawks, though. Guys, don't let me down. Don't let me down.
All right. That is it for the GameTimeCT Pick'ems pod. For Sean Patrick Bowley, I'm Pete Paguaga. Remember, this is all in fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you out on the field this week.
Peace.